Yo, YouTube, everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have another video. We're going to be going through that boy War. He's actually in a team game. This, I believe, is a scrim. If you guys are looking for some scrim, okay, let me start again. If you guys are looking for some team coaching, hit me up on Discord. I'm actually going through. I'm trying to work with some more teams. So if you guys are interested, if you play by yourself or in a team, hit me up. I want to get some more coaching done with you guys. Really excited for the opportunity to work with you guys. So hit me up on Discord. But let's get right into this one. We're going to be going through. We're going to be playing on 6-star hardpoint. And yeah, I told War in the video, I'm like, you know, I'm going to be quite critical on him because I know he's a really good player and I want to show him what he does well, what things he does wrong, all that good stuff. So let's go through, let's talk about the break of the, just the initial start here. When you're playing in a team, it's completely different to solo queue. You're playing in a 4-stack, right? So what you have, the luxury is you can have a perfect break, essentially. You can have your routed break. So his break right now is this. He's going to be number one, was going to be number one. He has a teammate behind him. Then he has two going through middle. So I'm not saying whether this is good or bad, but my first initial kind of thought is, as a team, they need to identify a good solid break in terms of what they want to cover. So the only weakness I potentially can see from this break is not having anybody on the left-hand side. I just feel like personally, I don't know if you need two people on the right, but we're going to play it out and see. Me personally, I think a better break could have been maybe sending somebody there and having a break like this. Like you could play statue, in this case, War play statue, having three sitting over and having somebody in the hill like this, right? And then this player can kind of tuck in. If there's no one there, then they can go to the stairs. I don't really know though, but we'll play it out and we'll see what they kind of make of this. Let's go through. So War's going to go across and Incy's going to cut across through middle. So he sees one. So right now him and his teammates should be able to work together for this player. They go through and straight away, this is not a really good break at all. So one thing I said to War, okay, was you're a really good player. And War's obviously going to be watching this back as his VOD review, but I said, you're a really good player, really good mechanics, but one thing I think you do a lot is you overcommit when you're in good position. Sometimes you over-challenge and you lose stupid gunfights when you don't need to. And I think right now is a perfect example. If you're going to come through the right to cut into the middle, I'm just not a fan of that. Like I kind of mentioned earlier, the only reason to go to the right here is to simply watch this right lane. So I feel like if you're going to play the right, you need to fully play the right. In this case, there's, I believe, 2 of them, maybe even 3. But if you're going to go to the right with numbers, there is 0 reason you should lose this, okay? You should be able to at least hold this for a second. You're not trying to rush through middle. If you're trying to rush through middle, you might as well have gone through middle because it's a safer route. I hope that makes sense. If your goal is to get around here, okay, it's a lot safer, a lot easier to run through middle with your teammates and cut through the right because there's less danger. So what you could have done if you're War in this scenario is have your teammates go through the middle like they did. Instead of going right with the person behind you, you could have just gone middle and cut through if that was your goal. Instead of going to the right and then going through, because what you're doing now, you're crossing the danger zone. You never want to be crossing this danger zone. Look where you're sitting right now, okay? I want to show you something here because there's a lot of what ifs. Let me show you what I mean. Your first goal here wasn't to worry about the enemies. You were simply to run across. Right now, like as you're crossing through, there's a high chance that this player could have been in that window. So you're just kind of standing out in the open, going across, trying to get a timing. I don't love this personally. You're going through, you're getting very, very kind of passive, not aggressive. Okay, let me say that again. You're getting very aggressive on this one player. But again, you haven't worried about the bigger picture. In this case, is his teammates. You're going to go through, you're going to push for him, and now you're on their side of the wall. You get shot from his teammates. So you lose that gunfight, your teammate loses that gunfight as well, and now you have a terrible start. So off the break there, so I'm not saying you should do this or that, but just thinking about logically, what is your goal here? If you're going to go through the right, then you need to play for that information. Take your time a little bit more. I think you're always constantly rushing. You go through, now you have no map control. Let's see what happens. In this scenario, we're on P1, okay? So there's 2 points on P1 that we can go through. So let's get P1 open. There's 2 main spawns, okay? You're going to spawn around there, and you're going to spawn around there. So in this scenario, you are spawning here. I assume your enemies know this, okay? They know that you're spawning here, so you need to be careful. There's going to be somebody probably watching this from an off angle around here. That's what I would expect, somebody to be an off angle around here watching this area. So you have the benefit because you have you and another teammate. So take your time. I don't want to see you flying off here and you both fly off. So this is a perfect example of a misplay for me. Now this may not actually negatively affect you right now, but I'm going to show you why it could. In this scenario, none of you have any information. None of you have any information. We don't know where the blue team are, okay? There is a high chance that somebody could be sitting in this corner. Now, in this case, they might not be because I don't think you die, but they could be in that corner. For me, you guys are just rushing. Both of you jumping off here is a complete misplay. You had no checks. There was no kind of checks anywhere to see if they're playing any corner. You have no info right now. And look what you do. You both jump off. You should be waiting here. You are behind him. You should let your teammate in first, play the bait and switch. Be a little bit more cautious. Don't just jump with him, eh? Look to your right. There was no checks there. What if he was standing right there? He would have killed you both. You go through, you're right behind him. Again, you're basically lining up for a collateral right now. And this is where I think it's a lot of rush. If the game was 240 to 240, I would say okay. But this game's so early, there's no need to do these rushes, okay? You're going through. Once again, this is a terrible play for me. Why? Because you're a lot better than this. In this scenario, let's take a look at what we have, okay? What we have right now, we know this is our spawn. We know this is their spawn. We don't know where they are. We don't know where they are on the hill. We only know one thing. They have somebody on the hill. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say they're on their side around there, okay? Cool. Normally, if I'm the blue team, I'm going to have somebody either watching this head glitch here or watching this lobby here. I'm going to say for this example, they're going to be sitting there, okay? Because they got the kills in this scenario, because they got the kills, I'm going to say there's somebody on your side of lobby as well. This is my guess right now. 3 people there. I don't know where the 4th is. I have no idea. For this example, I'm just going to keep him there. I don't know where he is. We're just going to keep him there. You have a teammate there, and you have a teammate coming through there, and you and your other teammate are coming through there. Your job right now is to pinch effectively. You guys are coming through 2 ways, okay? Your job right now, War, we're going to go through this again. I'm going to switch you just to make it easier. You are number 1. You do not have information. You do not know where they are. So your job is to work with your teammates, shoulder for information, work together, get a pinch on, and just play for the information. Just play for the knowledge so that you can pinch together. Your job here is to, for example, you and number 2, you and number 3, you take your time, you take your time. Imagine you find this guy off the hill, you take him out. Now you guys are in a 4 versus 2. This guy potentially rotates in, but even then you're in a 4 versus 3. The point is you need to play your numbers. But what you did is this. You dolphin dived in and you stood right here. This is by far the worst thing you could do because you have 0 information. At best, you get a kill. But even then, if you get 1 kill, they're still going to be in a better position. Now you're dead. This player may be dead. You're now relying on a 3 versus 3 because this guy's going to cut in. It's still hard to break. Your whole job here is to get that opening kill. But what you did isn't that. What you did is just run into the open. We're going to show you exactly what you did and the effect it has. And I really want you to work on this discipline. It's these random times of like moments where you just run on the hill. Yes, they have the hill, but you haven't got information right now. All you know is, okay, nobody's on that balcony. You know somebody's on your right. Your teammates watching your left, so you should work together. If you want to get this player on the right, what you need to do is go to the left here. You need to create the angle for yourself. You need to be standing on this left side and seeing if you can create an angle. I know that somebody's going to be in your left. I haven't even seen it yet, but I can guarantee somebody's going to be in your left. Let's play it out. You go through, you see one. So again, right there, this is my point. You have the perfect angle to shoot this player without committing, but you jump in. You do not need to overcommit there. And that's the big thing I want you to work on, is creating the angles for yourself. I said it on the other map. It's about spreading the map wide, okay? Right now, I want you to be standing on the left side of the point, standing on the left, standing on the left, standing on the left. You would have shot this guy. You would have got this kill, and then you backed away. Why? Because Bo died as well. So now you would have been in a 3 versus 3, and then you could have went together, played for that second pick. But instead, you went forward and you died. In this case, you didn't even get that kill. So you died. Okay, you just got that kill. He should have killed you. So you got extremely lucky here. Extremely lucky that you didn't die. You got it very, very lucky. I'm not going to say you outplayed them. No, I think that's a really bad play from you. Again, I'm being very harsh here. Yes, it worked, but I don't care if it works. I care about the chance that it works. Right now, the player behind you should kill you. Him choking his shots is irrelevant to me. He played it terribly. He should have killed you. Yes, your teammate went behind. It was a good bait and switch. But again, I think you could have played it smarter. It would have worked out. You are more than likely going to die there. Your teammate did a good job of getting the trade, and it worked out, okay? I like you being aggressive. I like you trying to be the entry player. But again, I think sometimes you can play it smarter. I don't mind you being the entry player. But for me, the key difference is this. Like, get this kill first, and then be the entry player. Now, if you got this kill first, and then you focus on this player on the left, that's fine. It's the fact that you're dolphin diving in, and against a better player right now, you're dead. That's kind of my main point, okay? Again, I don't mind the bait and switch. It makes sense, but I think just being a little bit smarter with it. I feel like just dolphin diving into the open, especially when you don't know where the player on the hill is, it's kind of like a suicide at that point. You're just going to more than likely die most of the time. Great drop shot. Mechanic-wise, really clean. Good mini-map awareness. You're watching this side. This is great. Right now, what do we know what to do? We know there's 2 spawns, just like we mentioned. There's 2 spawns. So all you need to do now is look at your mini-map. As soon as we look at our mini-map, where are our team spawning? Our team is spawning on the left. Okay, that means they're coming through the right. Let's say you break this. You should be telling your teammates, right, I've got middle right now. All of you guys stack the hill. We're chilling. Just stack the hill. Lovely bait and switch. A little bit unfortunate with the execution. Good bait and switch is okay. You go through, that's 2 down. So right now you're going across. Let's see what you do here. In this scenario, one of you should be watching middle. Look at the arrows. There's no arrows watching middle.
One more.
I like this. You're spreading the map. This is exactly what we spoke about. Spreading the map. This is really good. I love this play from you. Big 2-piece. Great. Right now, you should be calling out as a leader to your team. Somebody pick up middle. Should be holding different areas. There's one. This isn't bad as well. This is fine. That's fine. A little bit of a misplay. I think right there, you were a little bit weak. Again, just being a bit patient. When you're that weak right now, just being a bit patient, working with your teammates a bit together there. I think there's a little bit of a, I think you could be smoother here. When you're baiting and switching, someone, you asked me who should I watch? Watch your BZ and Simp. The way they play as a duo to break hills is unbelievable. Watch FaZe and you'll see how to break hills. You go through, I think a little bit smoother there, bit of a misplay, and your teammate ends up dying. So bit of a misplay for sure. 30 seconds left, you're going to go through. In this scenario, you know they're going to be stacking the hill and they're going to be watching the middle. So you go through, should get the trade. Okay, interesting. In this scenario, you know he's right there, okay? So I think, once again, one thing I've noticed about you is you are constantly running towards the hill and in like a panicking way. Your gun skill is very good, very clean when you are ready for the gunfight. But when you're doing scenarios like this, you know where he is, okay? There is zero reason to be sprinting here. Like, look what you're doing. You're actually sprinting, not even ready for that. It's like you're sprinting from your spawn, but you know that he's there. So in this scenario, you should be sprinting up to now. To be honest with you, to be completely honest with you, I actually would check your left as well. I personally would check your left here. I would just make sure nobody's through your left, chuck a stun or something. But you going through, okay, fair enough. But in this moment, as soon as you see him on the stairs, slow down. Slow down, get an AR out, pre-aim that, or chuck a stun or do something. Instead, you jump through, you get 2-pieced, and now you're going to spawn out again. So again, it's just like sometimes you're running and running and running, and it ends up costing you because you die and then you spawn up again. I don't mind that. Good play. Again, your mechanics are absolutely clean. Great 2-piece. In this scenario, one of your teammates should push up. Let's see what you do. You're going to push up, which is fine. Let's see what happens there. Okay, so again, this is about a team break now. You need to break as a team. I don't want to see you overcommit here, which I know you're going to do. I know you're going to overcommit. Let's see what you do. Hopefully you don't. Hopefully you take your time, you pinch it together. So I don't mind this, but I have a few things to say about this. I don't mind you playing patient here, but I would personally rather you be... This is a weird one, because I know I'm telling you to be patient and not be aggressive, but then there's a difference. Holding this angle is fine. I personally prefer you kind of shouldering it and getting some information and just being a little bit more like... Yeah, instead of running in, it's a weird one. It's a fine line. I want to show you the difference. Like, you went from being really patient, like this is really patient, to just running in. And I think there's a fine line, because again, you running in right now, I'm a little bit worried because there's a chance that somebody else is on the hill. I like that you got this first kill, but I just feel like there's a chance someone else is there. It looks like in this case it worked out, so we're gonna skip past that. And that was what I was kind of worried about. Okay, let's go through that again because it got a bit confusing. In these situations, okay, you are pinching the hill. You are pinching the hill. So we're now approaching P3, okay? Just for reference, which is really important, we're still on P2 right now, okay? So during P2, because we're still on P2, there are only 2 spawns you have. You're still spawning there. You're still spawning around there, okay? So during this time, P2 is still active. So what happens is you are now around there, okay? Your teammate, I believe, is pinching from like there. And then you have your other teammate in the hill. And I think there's like 2 of them around there. So I think something like that, okay? So I expect the enemies to already be rotated. So I expect maybe 1 on the hill, which is kind of what we know. I reckon 1 around this area here, maybe watching middle. Potentially 1 watching the back, like from there. And then let's just say 1 like maybe middle or something. We don't really know exactly, but let's just say something like this, okay? In this situation, you're playing like this. The only thing I was trying to say, right, is I wanted to see a little bit more of just like getting information, because right now you don't have any information of how many are on the hill. And the reason why that's important is because we don't know what's going on with our other 2 teammates. So as a team, you should be collecting information. So the only thing I think you could have done a little bit better here was just shoulder a little bit more and just see if you can get some information. Even if you see 1 on a hill, at least you know where he is, if that makes sense. But playing like this, most of the time, they're not going to really push out. I don't mind it, to be honest. I don't mind it because if there is somebody overcommitting, you get that free kill. So this isn't terrible. I don't want you to think this is terrible. This isn't bad, but I just think right now, after a few seconds, just be a little bit more, again, confident in your gun skill. Just go around the corner a little bit faster, because right now, Bo's already pinched. So Bo's already there making the play. So right now, you need to be as a unit. Like, as Bo's pinching, you need to be pinching as well. And I think that's the big disconnect. So right now, look what happens. You see as you go through, and this is the only thing I'm worried about as well, okay? This is where I think you're getting a little bit, you went from being really patient to really over-aggressive. There's no fine balance. I want you to find the balance between the two, because look at this. This is my point here, right? We don't know how many of them are on the hill. All we know is there is one on the hill here. We know that there is a player there, okay? But you don't know in this scenario that there's somebody right there. There was somebody right here, but you didn't know that. And the point is, you should expect that somebody could be there. So you need to be a bit more careful, a bit more shouldering, a little bit more cautious. And this was kind of my point. But instead, you kind of slide out and get that first kill. Now, it works out in this scenario, but I personally think that's a little bit lucky. And let me show you what I mean. Right now, if the player on the bar was pre-aiming you, which is a very high possibility, there's more than likely somebody should be pre-aiming you now, right? If the player on the bar was pre-aiming you, you've just walked into your death. And that's why I wanted to see a little bit more shoulders here. Instead of just running in the hill, I want to see a few more shoulders. Like right now, if you kind of shoulder this and saw no one was there and then slid out, it would have made sense. But the fact that you slid out, got that kill, and then you immediately get traded because he was behind the bar. He would just happen to be prone. I don't know why. For me, again, it's an overcommitment. I'd rather you play your life there, get one kill and back away and pinch with your team, because now you're waiting for your team to pinch, okay? So just sometimes I want you to be a little bit more effective on that pinch. Let's see what you do now. Again, I don't mind a trophy system here. Why? Because they know you're spawning here. They're probably going to chuck equipment at that cut. I want to see how you and your team, because you guys are playing as a scrim. This is a 4-stack. I want to see you and the team, how you pinch this. There needs to be equipment thrown, shoulders thrown, and you guys need to work together. Let's see what you do. And again, exactly what I wanted you to do, you did the opposite. There was no shoulders. There was no equipment. There was absolutely nothing here besides an ego chow. Now, I know you have good mechanics, but for me, there's not a worse thing you can do than this challenge here. When I said to you in our messages, I want you to be more confident. I want you to play smarter when you're in good positions. This is not what I meant. This is an example of overchalling and not relying on your brain, but relying on pure luck. In this scenario, in the hill, there is more than, I would say, 85% chance that somebody is watching this area that you're coming from, okay? More than likely, they're going to be on this head glitch or behind the bar watching this cut. And look what you do. Your teammate, first of all, isn't here yet, okay? First thing, your teammate isn't here yet. So you are now sliding out by yourself. So not only are you and your team not coordinated, you're in a position where you are now in a 1 versus 3 on the hill. I want to see less of this, okay? This should never happen. Now you're going to die. Guess what? Your teammate now is by himself. So he either has to wait for you or he's going to push by himself and end up dying as well. Let's look and see what happens. So they somehow go through and break the hill. So that's actually a great job from your teammates. I didn't expect them to get those kills. But what we want to do is we don't want to rely on that. I look at this and say, yeah, you guys broke the hill, but I'm not very happy with that. As like, say I was your team's coach, I'm like, yeah, you broke the hill, but I think that was more individual gunfight wins than a team win. I don't like the way you guys broke that. I think you should have been patient. You and your teammate should have been a bit more coordinated. You should have thrown some shoulders. As you're shouldering, I wanted to see your teammate then push. Instead, you died and then your teammate pushed by himself. Somehow he wins it. So fair enough. I don't know how he did that. Fair enough. I like the trophy here. I like the reads from you. Great read from the minimap. You're going through, you realize that your teammates spawned behind you. This is a good read. I'm hoping your teammates have behind you. Hopefully you guys calm that and they have behind you. And right now you're watching the cuts, okay? Again, very obvious here. This is very obvious for you. And I know you're a good player, so I know you should expect this, okay? In this scenario, you're a little bit worried about your right. The only reason you should be worried about is the timing, because there's a small timing gap here. Let me explain this one. You currently know that your teammates are dead. They're going to be spawning behind you, okay? So just like what you guys did, they're more than likely going to be pushing from 2 ways. One way is here, the other way is here, okay? Just like you guys did earlier. Now, there is a chance that they get really good timing, okay? There's a chance they get really good timing, and one of them pinches through middle. Now, your teammates are spawning there. So realistically, the only timing they can get is if they push through now and they jump up top, or if they go around and they get just really good timing, okay? Because by the time these players come out, they'll be able to see middle. So realistically, you're only worried about this flank for the next 3 to 4 seconds. That's it. So in my opinion, in these scenarios, if you're worried about the flank, what you need to be doing is using one thing, the equipment, okay? You've got a stun and a grenade, and I would love if you, instead of panicking here, use your stun and nade. If you, instead of panicking, chucked a stun at this cut, what you would have realized is nobody's pushing this cut. Or what you could have done is chucked a stun and a grenade at this cut, That way, you were watching that cut with a stun and nade, and you could have paid your attention and focused on the right. You could have gone prone and focused on the right until your teammates pushed out a little bit. So only for about 3 seconds. But instead, look what you do. You look to the right. So I know you're worried about this, and I understand why. But this is where I want to see you use your equipment. You can't watch 2 ways at once. However, your equipment can act as a guide for you. Chuck a stun there, and then watch the left. Instead, you're watching both. Look, you're watching both, and you're panicking. And now, this is where I'm saying, your teammate's now here. You don't need to worry about that area. So look what you're doing. You shouldn't be sliding. You should be immediately worrying about this area. You know they're coming through here. You know that. Why? Because you're pre-aiming it. So why is there no stuns being thrown? Right now, as you set up to the power position, you shouldn't be shifting right. You should be focusing on this cut while you move. Now, right now, you should be aiming in while you're moving. There you go. That turn got you killed. There should be no turn, and you should be stunning and nading it. Okay? You should be stunning and nading it. You're probably like, oh, good timing. But it's not about the timing. You let them have this one. You gave them this, okay? I want to see a stun and a nade there, bro. You guys might think I'm being a bit harsh, but I know War's a very good player. He's very passionate. He wants to compete in challenges, so I have to be harsh. I have to teach War how to improve his game skill because his mechanics are really, really clean. And there's a lot of easy things he's doing. I think overthinking certain things and just getting to him. And I really want him to get to that potential, okay? Right now, again, you're going through middle. I understand you running, but it's just one of those where you know somebody could be here. Just be a little bit more cautious, a little bit more snappy. Like, I feel like you're going through stages of pre-aiming and being careful, and then you're running. Again, you know they could be here, so do what you're doing. Just carry on doing what you're doing instead of running onto the hill, okay? Just sometimes slow it down. I think slowing it down in these key moments is everything. Sometimes you hold angles, which is really good, but sometimes you just run out into the open. 2 go down, let's see what you do here. So in this scenario, you want to break through middle together. Once again, let's see how you break it. You guys are working as a team. So your teammate has a submachine gun, okay? What he needs to do in this scenario is this. He needs to jump across. As he jumps across, he needs to be jumping across to get information by going there, okay? This is what I want to see, and I'm going to see if this is what happens, okay? I want to see your teammate either get his pistol out or a sub, and all I want him to do is jump across to get to that wall. As he's jumping across, he's going to get the enemy team to shoot at him. He's going to be the bait here. While they're shooting at him, you come through this left side and you kill him as he's baiting. That is what's called a bait and switch. Let's see what you guys do. Okay, so first you get that kill. Really good stuff there. A little bit unfortunate that your teammate died, so the whole plan goes out the window. That's okay. It's still a 3 versus 3. Let's see what you guys do here. So maybe we could see what we could prepare for a little bit better there. Let's see what happened there. So in this scenario, you're holding it. Again, I think that's a little bit of an unfortunate scenario. You kind of picked up a weapon. It was a bit unfortunate. Right now, you're going through. Again, stuns and nades. I feel like in that scenario, just holding a stun in case they push you could have been a good play. Good play from him to push you, to be fair. So it wasn't the worst from you. It was just a good push from him. Now your teammate's in a 2v2. They end up breaking it. Okay, perfect. Right now, watching middle will be really good. If you can watch this middle, it'll be really good. Perfect. I love this from you. Great play. You're watching middle. You're not overthinking it. You're just watching middle. Now you're going to help him on the side. Slide cancel. Great kill. I have no doubt you're going to win that gunfight 10 out of 10 times. I have a lot of faith in your gun skill. Really good stuff here. And this is where I want you to be a bit careful. Watch middle again. Right now, I need you to watch middle and turn around. And there you go. I knew it. See? Again, you're doing too much. And this is a perfect example, bro. Perfect example. In this scenario, you're watching middle, okay? He gets through because I think the angle maybe wasn't the best. Sometimes you can watch it from a different angle. That's fine. So you go through and get this first kill. Your job now is to watch middle. I don't care about the right. Your teammates have 2 people there. They should be good enough to watch that. You go through. Okay, you're going to help them. As soon as you help them here, like right now, you should realize, yes, there's somebody on the hill. And this is the biggest thing, War, I want you to learn. Yes, there's somebody on the hill, but your teammates are in a 2 versus 1. More than likely, they will clean this kill up. You making this a 3v1 is just overkill. You do not need to do this. They were going to win this regardless, but instead now you give up middle. You giving up middle, now you get pinched. And this is what happens constantly. Now look at the kill feed. That's 1. I'm hoping he gets 2. I'm hoping the enemy gets 2 to show you the lesson here. He gets 2, perfect. So you watching middle would have prevented that. You would have got that kill and your teammates would have held the hill. But instead, because you overcommitted, because sometimes you want to be like doing everything because you're a really good player, you want to do everything. That's not the case. You being a good player doesn't mean doing everything. It means doing your 25% to its best of its potential. Now, sometimes you're going to be really good and your 25% is going to make the rest of the game easier. I saw this from Crim6. He spoke about it. He's really, obviously really wise. He basically won the most chips in COD history. So sometimes I see what he says about winning and I'm like, it makes so much sense. He's like, if every player is doing their 25, the game's easy. If some player's trying to do 40, it makes the game harder for others. And I agree. Right now, your teammate, you cost him in that death. You cost him because he was watching his lane and he did his job. You not trusting them to clean their kills, that actually cost them, which is actually a weird thing because you obviously tried to help them, but it cost them. Right now, they had two people like this. They had one like this, okay? You were sitting there. One comes through middle and you kill him, okay? So now one's dead. There's another person dead now. So now I think we're looking for two people, okay? Your teammate that spawns up, he's going to come and help you, whatever. He can come through, you can help them, okay? In this scenario, we know they're spawning here. When you knew there was one player here, okay? You knew there was one player here and you had two teammates right there. There might be one more around there, whatever. Let's say your teammate's spawning up, okay? In this scenario, I would always prefer you to watch middle and just trust your teammates. If you're going to help them, you have to be cautious that immediately you're going to have to watch middle. Because what happened is this. As you went to help them, this player went through. This player went through. This player went through. As you're now in the 3v1, think about it. You're now in a 3v1. This player is going to die. But guess what? He was going to die anyways. So yes, this player dies. In this situation, because of the timing, as soon as you turn around now, this player ends up killing you and you. So now your teammates are now in a 1 versus 3. You see the domino effect it has? Let's play this out how it should have played out. How it should have played out was this. You got that first kill. You play a different off angle. You go to these stairs here if you want, or you go there. You play an off angle. You do what you want. You could play either here, over there, or over there, wherever you want. Let's just say for this argument, you played over there, okay? You want to play an off angle. In this scenario, you play an off angle. This player runs through. He tries to find a gap. You kill this player. As you kill this player, these two, in that 2 versus 1 that we just had, they win it, okay? This player now spawns out. This player now spawns out. This player comes through. You reposition once again. So now this time you're over there. You are holding middle map. No one's pushing through middle map. But guess what? Your teammates are in a 3 versus 2 now. Your other teammate picks up the edge and these two watch over. The rest of the time is yours and you have middle rotation. Completely different. You might not get a kill for the next 20 seconds. And guess what? That's okay. Because your teammates are watching the right. You giving them the peace of mind that middle is clear is more than enough. That's all you need to do. Sometimes doing less is going to be better instead of doing more. So let's go back and show you this again. You go through, you get this kill, perfect. Watch middle now, your teammates are fine. Maybe help them for a second. You've got your equipment, maybe chuck a nade. Right now, okay, as soon as you get this shot, you should right now be like, okay, you know what? I trust my teammates. They are 2 versus 1. Let them have this, okay? Trust your teammates. Watch middle again. You're looking for one player, that's it. Nasty's dead. Zep is dead. Visuals is right there. That's Visuals or whoever it is, okay? As soon as you kill him, is that Visuals? Yeah, that's Visuals. You're looking for one player. You're looking for one player. I want to see you look middle here. You don't need to be with them. And then guess what? He kills you and he gets another kill. So you getting that kill would have been 4 down. You get the rest of this time. Instead, Snow gets a 2-piece. Now your teammates in a 1 versus 2. You're panicking. There's no min-map control. All because of that one kill. Okay? I want you to be more cautious. Yes, J Rules wins a 2-piece. Yes, Bo gets 1. But again, that's 2 times this map now where you made the wrong play and your team is clutched up. Now, I'm not saying you're not playing well. You're playing very well individually, mechanically. Okay? You're playing really well in your gun skill. Your gun skill is so clean. I don't want to keep saying that. But for me, these small mistakes, they will cost you against a better team. A team that punishes you will happen with these mistakes. Okay? Right now, again, chucking a nade, a dead nade. Your teammate right there again. He's doing what you're doing. He doesn't need to worry about this. Tell him to watch middle. This play right here, he doesn't need to do this. You have a perfect spot. And this is where I think it's a bit more of a communication thing. Just being clear and concise. I've got middle. Watch my low pull stairs. That's all. Right now, your teammate right here could get terrible timing. I don't know who this is, but look at this. Bo. Come on, Bo. Bo Jangles, a massive subscriber. We got to get a call with Bo going. Right now, imagine he gets bad timing. Imagine he dies right there. He then makes you suffer because you're holding 2 lanes, okay? So I want your teammates to hold that lane. You hold this lane and you're fine. That's everything. You guys are chilling. Look at that. Easy kill. Right there again. Your teammate's got the right. He doesn't need to help you right now. You don't need the help. There's 2 of them there and he gives up the right. Look at that. Again, your teammates are doing the same thing. Whoever that first person was just cost you guys that setup. Let's go through that again. And this is what I mean. Your teammate right there, okay? Whoever this person was on the right cost you this setup. Let me explain. We're in P1 right now, okay? Sometimes people overcomplicate it. You are sitting on a fantastic spot. You are sitting on a fantastic spot. You are chilling where you are. You have Bo Jangles watching the pool. He's watching this whole area. You have another teammate coming through middle, okay? You have another teammate on the right. Now, in my opinion, it's a lot better to have 2 people through middle because that's where most of the chaos is. And if somebody dies, this player is a free roaming player. Whoever dies, they can pick up their slack. They can pick up their spot. If Bojangles gets two teamed, he can go through and help him out. If the player on the right gets killed, he can help him out, okay? So he should be a bit more flexible. He should be around there, going where the danger is. The player on the right has an unbelievable head glitch, okay? I trust them to win the gunfight. If he's in danger, if two of them are pushing him, he can call for assistance from number 4. If two people are pushing you, you can stay down. You can stay down and your teammate can help you out. This player is the gap filler. He should be helping everyone, okay? In this scenario, I'm going to assume 1 goes there. I'm going to assume 1 goes through middle, and I'm going to say 2 goes through this area. We don't know. We're just guessing, okay? As soon as number 3 is on this head glitch, he should be good for 1. When he gets 1, he can back away, play his life, and tell number 4 to help him. Again, this is where teamwork really, really is everything, okay? But instead, this is the issue I have. Look at this player here. You got 1, by the way. Bo got his kill. Bo won his 1. Bo's done a fantastic job. He's doing perfect. He's got his 1. You were doing a fantastic job. J Rules gets another one. So I believe J Rules is on the right. Good job from J Rules. 2 people are down, by the way. You are now 4v2. And this right here. J Rules sees that player there. There is 0 reason for him to go to middle. There is absolutely 0 reason for him to go to middle. He sees a player. He kills this player. So this player's dead. Bo kills this player. This player's dead, okay? All Bo needs to do now is play an off angle and wait for the second push, okay? He's just trying to bait them in. All J Rules has to do is the same thing. Back away if he's weak. Tell your other teammate to watch this cross. He needs to tell your other teammate to watch this cross because he's getting shot. Instead, he goes through middle. When you go through middle, you lose that map pressure. We have no idea where this player is. By the time this player now comes through to pick up the slack, he's already there and gets the kill. And for me, that's the big misplay. Look at this. He goes through middle. Look at that. He's lost the information. Okay, you got another kill. So that's 3 down, by the way. But your teammate right there, J Rules, leaving that area to help you when you don't need help, has now opened up the right side. Now look at the gap here. By the time the enemy pushes through, that's the gap. And look at the kill feed. Look at the kill feed. That's 1 guy, by the way. And guess what? He gets a 2-piece. You guys had a perfect setup. You guys had everything there. J Rules messed it up, in my opinion. Okay, and now look. Now this is the domino effect I'm talking about. Now Bojangles has lost the left side. Why? Because you have to give it up. Because your teammate dies. So he loses the left. He dies now. You're chalked. You're by yourself against a 1v3. Guess what? You're going to die. 3, 2, 1. There you go. All because of 1 scenario. Okay? I'm being harsh, but this is how it happens. Now, I want you to flip the script. On the other side, what did they do well? They went through, they took their time. They got 3-piece, but 1 player made the play. That's it. So when you're breaking hills, that's all you need to do. You guys lost this setup. You should have won the game from this. That should have been 30 points ready for the new hill. Okay? Really, really important. You guys need to work on that. Being disciplined and holding your lanes. That's all you need to work on. As a team, you're playing well, but you're not holding your lanes. Right now, you break it. Really good break. Lovely break. 4 down. You're going to watch the left. You're going to hold it. Your teammate goes through. Great gun skill. You just absolutely fried the lobby there. Great 4-piece, okay? Good break. Really good break, but I want to see your teammate do better holding those areas, okay? Gonna go through. This is fine. You're holding middle. This is absolutely fine. Again, you got a nade. Your teammate's there. Let's see what you do. You're gonna slide counter around the corner. So again, right now, be a bit patient. You're by yourself. This is fine. I like what you're doing. You're holding a good spot. Just be a bit patient. Good shots off. Take your time. Back away here. A little bit unfortunate. One thing I would say is I don't mind the spot you're in, but because you're at a cruise, you could have potentially backed away, just being a little bit more safe. But this is okay. It's not the end of the world. Obviously, playing for the cruisers is ideal, but yeah, it's all good. Let's go through. You're going to break it again. Middle should be cleared. So right now you're going across. This is good. This is good. So once again, picking areas to go through, okay? I want to see you stretch the map. I want to see you go through the left. This is perfect. This is what I want to see from you. Playing the left, not sprinting though. And I want to see you play more wider angles and not sprinting here. Like right now, I don't love this because imagine if he slid down the stairs here, bro. And this is another thing I come to is timing, okay? I think you're relying a lot on timing sometimes, and I don't love that. I don't love that. Let me make sure. Imagine I wasn't recording this whole time. No, it's okay. It's been 35 minutes. Imagine I'm just the whole time I wasn't recording. Okay. So right now I want to see you a bit more crack aiming, a bit more ready for gunfights because look, you're running in. But what if he slid down the stairs and he gets that kill? So just being careful. Like look at that timing, bro. Like you get timing a lot. Those 1 or 2 seconds. I want to see you more careful. There's a high chance that he's ready for that gunfight a second earlier. Okay. 25 seconds. I want to see some rotations here. I don't mind the stun. I like that. Good mechanics. Your mechanics are always clean. We've said it about 1,000 times this video. Always clean mechanics. So no problem there. Wait 1 second. Okay, we should be good. We should be back. All right, yeah, so let's carry on. After 35 minutes, I had to take a quick water break. I'm talking a lot, so I want to make sure this is a high-quality VOD review. Like I said, if you guys are enjoying as well, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and if you guys want your VOD review just like this and very detailed, make sure to hit me up on Discord. I'm making sure I'm doing a lot more VOD reviews as a coaching kind of session for you and your team, so hit me up. Okay, right now, Great setup, wars in one, but again, there's a gap in the setup. Why? There's a player on the left, and I think this was I think it's a little bit harsh, to be fair to you, because it's such a unique thing. Like, you have everything on the map besides that left, so a little bit harsh. I'm going to say it wasn't the end of the world. That was a little bit harsh. He gets through. Because you're watching that whole cut, I don't even know where he came from, so I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt and not really, that wasn't really your fault. It was just one of those where he catches a good break, to be fair, but I think as a team, again, you gotta look back and say, why are we getting broken constantly? I think you guys are getting broken constantly, okay? So that wasn't the end of the world, but let's see what you do. Once again, different angles right now. I wanna see you guys breaking through different angles, baiting and switching using your equipment. Let's see what happens. You're gonna go through. Great play. So you get the first kill. Okay, you didn't actually get that. I thought you got that. It was unfortunate. Get some good shots off. Now, taking your time. So again, your teammates overcommitting, okay? I want to see stuns. I want to see nades. I want to see taking your time. And you're doing the same thing as earlier. I don't love this at all. I hate this play from you, if I'm honest. I hate this play from you. Yeah, I hate it. I hate it. War, you're a lot better than this. A lot better than this, okay? Right now, you have a 4-man situation. All 4 of you are alive, okay? 2-2 split, 2 through middle, 2 through the left, okay? First thing, you and J Rules are going left. The teammate behind you should be going middle, okay? There's no reason 3 of you going through one area. There's never enough space. If you're honest, there's not enough space there. Straight away, you and J Rules use your equipment together. None of you use your equipment. There are only 2 trophy systems on their team. You have 4 people right now. Use your equipment, okay? There's no reason not to use your stuns and nades right now. You know where they are. They know where you are. Use your equipment, both of you. There's no equipment throw. Terrible. You get this guy one shot. J Rules overcommit. So again, you guys need to work on that. There's no shoulders. J Rules is going out. Absolutely trying to smoke him, just like you did last time. This is never going to work. They're watching the cut. Now, in this scenario, what are you waiting for? You're waiting for your teammate in the middle. I think it was Bo. You're waiting for Jangles to pinch through middle, okay? You should be waiting for him. You're not really waiting for him in this scenario. And this is what I really want you guys to work on, is stop going off flow state and really just plan your pushes together. Slow down your pushes, take another 10 seconds, 20 seconds to set them up, because once you get better at them, you can speed them up, okay? I would rather you guys, during these scrims, take a little bit longer to break the hill and set them up as a team, because teamwork's hardest thing to do, right? Once you get more familiar with your teamwork, like, let's say you're like, okay, you and J Rules are there. Let's say you're taking 10 seconds to set up your stuns. Yes, you might lose more scrims, but scrims are practice. I want to see you be better. Then what you're going to realize is, okay, now we know what to do. Let's speed it up. So as you guys are going, it's going to be more instinct, right? You and Jay are going to chuck your stuns over, and then one's going to shoulder. As the shoulder backs away, the other one's going to challenge. You'll be a lot more better at teamwork if you practice it. Right now, you're going through. So in this scenario, this is what's happening, okay? First of all, this player should be with Bo. Why? Because he should, while Bojangles is going through here, shouldering for information, being annoying, this player can watch his flank, and then they can kind of push together. Again, you guys are going for a pinch here. Having 3 of you one way, I don't love it, because they can chuck one stun or nade and you guys are all distracted, and you can't all 3 break through one area. It's just really hard to do. So I'd rather you go through 2 angles, because 1, you can watch this area through middle in case you get pinched, and 2, you guys can play together, okay? Second thing, if your teammate's shouldering for information, remember what I said earlier, as he shoulders, he should back away. As he backs away, you being full health should shoulder and get the shots off. I like what you're doing here. I like the angle you're making, okay? This is a really good play. I think your teammate should have taken his time here, and you get the first angle. As soon as this player is one shot here, and your teammate dies, I want you to look at the minimap. Bo is not there yet, okay? Bo is not there yet. Now, he should be faster, but why is he slower? Because he's by himself. So again, I think your teammate should have went with him. That's first step. Second step is your teammate just died. So you are now in a 4 versus 3 at disadvantage, okay? But what do? You go through into the open. Great trophy system. You got rid of the trophy. So why are you going around the corner with a pistol? Because we know they're going to have ARs pre-aiming you. And this is my point. If this was a better player, this is Dashy right now. You have just walked into Dashy's pre-aim with a pistol, not even looking at him. So you're going to get fried. Your teammate dies. Bo's not with you guys. He's not even pushed out yet because, again, he's been by himself. He's trying to take his time. You're now in a 2 versus 2. You're now holding the angle. Bo sneaks across here, so you need to watch over. Good play, but now Bo's dead. As soon as Bo's dead, there is zero reason for you to push forward. You have no teammates here, okay? So again, Bo goes through. I'm going to see Bo play his life here a little bit better, and you lot play together. You got through. I think you did actually the best out of everyone. I'll be honest. I think you did the best because you played your life a little bit. Octi did a really good job getting that first blood, but again, I thought everyone just overcommitted, okay? I don't want to see this many deaths. I want to see you guys bait and switch effectively. Right now, you guys got 2 deaths and only 1 kill. They have the position and they have the man advantage. Bo, to be fair, does a really good job getting across. So right now, you and Bo work together. As soon as Bo gets across, his role now is changed. He is now the bait for you. So again, this is, I don't know whether this is you or Bo or wherever the communication is, but you guys should be communicating. Bo should be saying, right, I'm one shot, watch over me, War. Like, watch over me, and you should now peek. I have confidence you're going to win this gunfight. But Bo dies because he overcommits, okay? And now you're 1 versus 3. And what do? You just slide out into the open. Let's say best case scenario, you get this kill, right? What happens is you get traded immediately and they have a 2 versus 2, but they have their setup. Again, just overcommitting for no reason, you end up dying, and now your teammates are back to square one, okay? It's just a constant theme of not playing together as a team. Same thing, now you're gonna push through, and guess what? 3 of you through the same area now. 3 of you through the same area, let's say you break it. Stuns go in, where's your equipment? You didn't even throw it. I wanna see more equipment war. You're constantly, that's 4 pieces of equipment you didn't use this one hard point, okay, bro? 4 pieces of equipment. I wanna see you chuck your equipment in. You slide down to the open and you get fried again. There's no reason to do this. It's like you're panicking like the game's on the line, all right, bro? I wanna see you locked in a bit more. These are just really silly deaths you're getting for no reason. Like right now, this guy's pre-aiming you. You're trying to go around the corner and then drop shot him. He's getting easy kills every single time. And as this is happening, 20 seconds left, they're already rotating. You guys had such a big lead. You choked the P1, you choked the P3, and now, guess what? They've out-rotated you as well. And this happens when you guys are in a blender. This happens when you guys are panicking and overcommitting instead of taking your time and assessing the game. Taking your time, assessing the game, okay? Going through. And like I said, I knew they were rotated. For me, I knew that somebody was rotated. It was obvious because of how much time you gave them. I knew someone was rotated here. And you kind of just ran into the open. He's right there and gets a kill. Again, gets 1. You guys get 3-piece, you get 4-piece. There's no flow in the rotation. It's a constant theme of panicking. And now, you guys need to slow down. Okay, we are up by 15 points. We're in the blender. They got us in the blender. Let's take our time. Let's get these kills. Let's pinch effectively and break together. Let's see what you do. 4 of you going through middle. Okay, let's see what you do. Bo goes by himself and dies. You guys are now down in numbers. Is there ever a reason to be down in numbers? Absolutely not. Let me explain. You have 4 people here. At the most, they can have is 3 middle. At the most. Why? Because they have someone on the hill. There's 2 of you on the stairs, 1 over there, and Bo's already there. There is a disconnect here. There's a disconnect here. Look at this. Bo goes through. You and your teammate are playing too passive. Bo's playing too aggressive. There's no way you're going to get the numbers here. You guys need to be prioritizing the number advantage. Bo goes in, and now you're panicking. You're watching the right. Your other teammate dies to the left. Again, it's a disconnect here. You guys go down. You're one shot and you overchow. This guy, J Rules, hasn't moved in 12 seconds. It's a big disconnect, okay? You guys need to work on the pacing, the way you're challenging. You need to work together. That's fine. This happens. Play rank play together. J Rules is actually in a cruise missile right there. J Rules is in a cruise missile. And instead of letting him use his cruise for information, you guys are all running forward, okay? So Bo right there, if you got a cruise, take your time. Let J Rules get some information out. Again, big misplay, okay? Going through, waste of a cruise now. Why? Because you guys got 3-piece. It's a waste of a cruise. There's no information going through. I don't personally love this cruise anyways. I think you should have been closer. But now the cruise goes in. No one's even there. It doesn't really do anything. They're going to get back on the hill. They're going to be able to break it. 2 more down. Let's see what you do. Once again, I want to see you go up top now. Your teammate is on the right. You have a brilliant shot. I want to see you go to this window and be a sentry gun. Let's see what you do. There you go. You're finding the window. Okay, it's a very obvious thing to go to the window, okay? I want to see you go here, absolutely. But I want to see you be a little bit more cautious. You're going into the window knowing they're on the hill and squaring up. You're just squaring up straight away. When I wanted you to go on the window, I wanted you to be smarter here. You have a trophy. First things first, you can sometimes jump across to this white wall and shoulder for information. If you jump across, you can get information, okay? If you're going to slide cancel like this, you need to slide cancel somewhere where you have a bit more cover. As soon as you see him, you need to go prone. Like, you need to be like just more cautious here. Like, you're way better than this to be sliding out into the open there. Because now your teammate's by himself and he's going to die. 100% he's dead. He's literally out in the open, okay? So I want to see you just be a bit smarter in those positions. The position was fine there, a lot better than normal, but just being a bit smarter. Once again, your teammate's up top. So I understand you going to the bottom, but you have an AR. Watch over. That's fine if both of you are up top. Watch over. Get some information. Like, now you go through. Your teammate's dead now, and guess what? There's no one watching over. All 3 of you are trying to break through the front. Again, there's just no coordination here. You should be watching over them. You overcommit. 1 dies, 2 die. That's going to be 3-piece. You guys are losing that hill. There's no way you guys win that. Okay, Bo gets 1. You get a team go. Oh, they end up winning that hill anyway. So it's just big miscommunication. 15 seconds, chalk it up. Why are there 3 of you on scrap time? Why are there 3 of you on scrap time here? Once again, start going through middle, start rotating, okay? You go through. This is good. Look what we're seeing here. Look at the difference. You would win that normally, okay? But look at the difference. Instead of panicking, you're watching over your teammate, and this is what I want to see more of. J Rule has the right. You have his left here. Bro, you're chilling. You have the left. You get the pre-aim. I don't really know what happened to you here, to be honest. I think you stopped shooting, but that was kind of you tweaking. I mean, normally you win that gunfight. So that was a better play. You're watching over your teammate, and sometimes that's what you need to do. Great 2-piece from Octi, okay? So you go through middle now. Let's see what we're working with. We know they're going to be in your right. They should be in the pool side. Let's see who watches it. Just like I mentioned, bro. You know this. You know they're on the pool side. They spawn there. You know they're on the pool side. But again, you're worried about the hill. You're worried about the hill. You're going through. Someone's on the hill. Instead of watching pool, this is a terrible setup. You have 2 teammates watching the cut. No one's pinching the hill. This is terrible from your team. Really bad, okay? In this scenario, go up top. Clear the area, bro. You got an AR. Use this shit as an AR, okay? Go for. I need to have a team call with you boys. I'll be honest. I need to have a team call with you guys with the setups right now. You have 2 people watching the lobby pinch. There's someone on the hill and no one watching the pool. You right now should be watching the pool from the top. Why? Because that's going to be the danger area. The guy on the hill, your teammates should be able to take care of him. You should wait for your teammates. Instead, you give it up. You worry about the hill. And guess what? The guy pool kills you. Now you get 2-piece. Now you go through. Now the trades are going in. It's a lot more mixy than it needs to be, okay? Let's see what you do here. Great 2-piece from Rules. They're going to be on your left here. Great play. Immediately turn around. I like this. Good play from you. Back away. I don't mind that. You know, great angle. Really good play from you. I'm very happy with that. Take your time. Now, all about the cuts, okay? Your teammate should have the left. Your teammate's spawning up. You should either go to the right or go through the top area behind you. Right now, you should use your equipment, okay? Take your time. Stun and nade that lobby cut and then watch your pool. That's what I want to see from you. That was unfortunate. Again, a little bit of communication there. While you're reloading, you can tell Rules, watch my pool. I'm reloading. I don't want to see no panic in the comms. Just be slow and be honest. Be like, right, I'm reloading. Yo, Rules, watch over me for 1 second. All he has to do is stand up for 1 second while you reload. If somebody shoots him, he goes prone. By the time he goes prone, you reloaded. There's no teamwork. Look, you're reloading. He doesn't know that he has to watch that. And guess what? You get pushed. I'm glad you died here because if you didn't die, it would have been nothing. But the fact that you died there, we can look at this timing, which I already saw as an issue, okay? Go through. Rules should get that kill. I don't know how he gets beamed. We're going to move on. My boy Rules, we're going to forget about that one, okay? You get 3-piece, you lose the hill. Opti, big 2-piece. Great clutch from him. Unfortunately, dies. That's okay. Again, you've got equipment, bro. I want to see some stuns and nades here. There's no way you jump out. Don't jump out. Oh, my God. I hate this play, War. War, right now, it's terrible. Let me explain. Bro, I actually got anxiety from that jump out. I'm so surprised you did this, okay? In this scenario, they have the hill. Just like we said earlier, what could they have here? They could have somebody on the hill, just like you were, okay? They have somebody on the hill. They could have somebody watching the right. They could have somebody watching over that area. They could have somebody in the pool. Remember this setup that we said you guys had earlier? And then we said the red team, in this case, you guys are breaking through here, okay? In your scenario, you have 3 people breaking through. You do this constantly, and we need to work on it. You are the first player in. You have an assault rifle, you're the first player in. If I am in this position as a first player in, what do I want my teammate to do? If I'm your coach, what do I want my first main AR to do in this scenario? I don't want my first player to run in and die. No. I want him to get information, okay? Right now, we have 1 teammate dead, which means they have 3 people. We have 3 people up. They have 4. So our team is going to spawn around there, okay? I don't know their setup. I'm assuming it's this. In this situation, you're going through. So the first thing you're doing is playing for information. Yes, the game is getting close, but I'd rather you wait 5 seconds, get the kills, and get the rest of the 25, instead of dying and giving them another 20, okay? Now, in this scenario, you're going through. You're standing up here. This is perfect. This is what I wanted to see from you. Now, we can't see them on the hill. So that tells me one thing, that they are probably on their side. That gives me 2 bits of information. 1, they're on their side. And 2, the player watching over them is able to cover their tracks. The player watching over them is able to cover their cross. Why? Because if they were to, like earlier on, remember you were watching this area here. The only reason you're watching that is because your teammates weren't watching over you. So you kind of watched over for yourself and you knew your teammates to the right, okay? In this scenario, I'm going to guess that the player could be in this corner here. Now, I could be wrong. We don't know yet. But the point is, there's a very high chance he could be on the left. And this is why I don't like what you did at all. You got information. First of all, this stun and nade needs to be used. I'm really not sure why you're not using it. You see this player here. Jumping off is the worst thing you could do here. Why? Because right now you're in a 3 versus 4. You see him. Don't jump off. You can never jump off there. Why? Because imagine if the player on the left was where I said. Imagine if the player on the left was where I said, which is very common, by the way. You would have jumped off. He could have killed you before you got that kill, by the way. And imagine if he did that. Guess what happens? Now your teammates are in a 3 versus 2. You've just screwed them over because you jumped off. I wanted to see you be more patient there. You asked me, how do I know to think 5 steps ahead? That's it right there. Don't be chasing the red dots. You see that player there? That's perfect. You see that player there? Don't worry. Get that kill from where you're standing. This is good. You're checking the information. You can see him right there. You can shoot him from right there. You don't need to jump off because you haven't even checked your left. And for me, that's a big danger. I wish someone was on the left to show you what I meant there. But you die, you should get the kill, you go through, and now again, no one's watching your left here. They could pinch you. No one's watching your left. Now your teammate picks it up. But you see the timings? Again, you're lucky in this scenario that you got good timings, okay? You get another 2-piece, you're going to get the 3rd here. Great play. So you got a 3-piece because of luck. I'll be honest with you. If you, like, in a real game then, a normal scenario, if somebody's in the left, right now, you die. You died right there. I hope that makes sense, and I hope you don't think that's too harsh. Now, in this situation, because no one was on the left, let's just imagine you cleared it, right? You didn't clear it, which is your issue, but let's say you cleared it. Then this is perfect. This is great. You chuck a stun, lovely play. You go through, your stun hits him. As soon as your teammate's on the right, you bait your teammate a little bit. Again, maybe you could have communicated that you would have had over him. You get that kill. You know the play on the left stun. You go for the trade. Excellent play once you cleared it. The only problem I had initially was not clearing the left, okay? If you cleared the left here, this would be a 10 out of 10 play. Because right now, you could have died. This whole play was irrelevant, okay? I want you to remember that. Go through. Excellent play once you hypothetically clear the left. 8 seconds left, I start rotating. This is fine. You're watching the middle. I don't mind this. I don't mind this again. It's just one of those, not the end of the world. You knew they were coming from there. Maybe you could have positioned a bit better. Not the end of the world. You were on the hill. Going through, now your teammates lose spawns. Bit of an issue. Let's see what happens here. You're going through middle. Just like the player that killed you, he's going to be ready, right? I was going to say, he's going to be ready for this. I didn't know he's going to be there, so fair play, good play from him. I see why you did what you did, but in this scenario, he knew that his teammates were there. He just made a good play reading that, so fair play to him. Could have been a little bit patient, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt because that was a good play from him. Going through, now you're pinching from the bottom. Take your time. I know the game's almost over, but there's no point rushing. Why? Because if you guys die here, you're going to lose the game. You see one on the right. He ends up cameraing you. Good play from him. And he's just playing his angles really well. He did a really good job there, Snow. Playing his angles, goes through. Your teammate with a massive two-piece. Let's see what you can do here. Again, I like what you're doing. You're stretching the map. I'm always a fan of that. I'm always a fan of that. 25 seconds left here. They physically can't win, so maybe start rotating here. What you don't want to do is get the bad spawns. What you don't want to do is get the bad spawns there. Watch your left. There you go. Watch your left. Good stun. Great stun. Watch your back alley now behind you. There's a lot to worry about. So if you die here, it's not an issue. There's a lot to worry about. Immediately should be about the rotations. Your teammate should be rotating. This is good. This is good. I don't mind this. Great play from your teammate. Let's see what you do off the transition here. You know someone's behind you. You know someone's behind you. I think right now is again where we can be like, okay, let's just slow it down. I think in these moments you get a little bit frantic. You're like, okay, you know what? There's someone behind me, okay? I can back away here. Honestly, if you backed away into cover, let him reveal himself, I think you have a high chance of winning this one, I'll be honest. Because what you're doing now, you're slide cancelling, but you've completely given up the left. And that's the issue. In this case, it kind of catches you off guard. Now, while this is happening, your teammates are getting killed, okay? So what's more than likely going to happen is you end up losing spawns here. If your teammates if they end up holding it, yeah. So you end up getting a weird spawns there. And now you're breaking through the front and they end up holding the hill, okay? So being a little bit more cautious there, kind of just backing away. That was, again, a rough gunfight. Not really your fault, but just a little bit of advice there. Maybe backing away slightly. You're going through. Not a lot of time to work with, so I understand why you ran in. But at this point, I think you guys just threw the game away, okay? 10 seconds left. So this is where, once again, you don't have time to kind of go through, so I don't mind you pushing through. I don't know what they're doing, to be honest with you. You don't have a lot of time there, so you kind of had to go in. They gave that to you for free. 3 of them watching the front. That was terrible. There is no reason they should do that. 22 seconds. They've given you a lifeline. Okay, cool. Trophy goes down. Right now, you kind of have to rotate. You kind of have to rotate. It's a weird one. I think you need to rotate here, to be honest. But it's a weird one. It's quite difficult. You probably made the right decision here. Yeah, you actually made the right decision because your teammate's there. As soon as there's 4 seconds, you need to rotate. Now, you need to go now. You need to go now. They can't win. You need to go. You just need to go. You go through and, okay. Big kills from Rules and Bow there. Somehow playing your life. Okay, let's see what happens there. Maybe watch middle here. Again, trust your teammates, watch middle, trust your teammates and watch middle, and you guys somehow win it. I think they trolled. I think they choked, I'll be honest with you. I didn't even see the score that close yet. They trolled. They completely trolled there, so fair play. You guys clutched up. Good eyes have you boys. Good clutch up. Now, few taking away points, okay? I look at this scoreboard, and it's irrelevant to me. Why? Because you're playing a scrim, okay? The kills are irrelevant to me. It's a good job. You guys had a fair collection of the kills. Great time from you and Rules. Overall, it was a good performance at the boys. A very close game. I like the way you guys played as a unit. There were really, really positive things to take away from that. There were times where you played really well. However, there were some times where you guys just had the lead, and I think you guys got very, very, you started panicking. You had like 30-second leads, and you guys started panicking. You're like, I need to run, I need to do this. I just feel like, slow it down. You guys are chilling. You had really, really good times there. Like, there were times where you had like 35 seconds, and all you had to do was wait 5 seconds, throw a stun together, and you'll break the hill. But instead, you all died one by one, and what happened is that 35 seconds turned into 10 seconds. You were fighting for scrap time there, the rotation, and it just turned to a spiral effect, okay? Just slow it down. Be a bit more cautious, and you're chilling. YouTube, hope you guys enjoyed that one. War, my boy, hope you guys enjoyed that one. War, hope you enjoyed that one. Hope you and the team enjoyed that one. J Rules, Octi, and Bo. Hopefully I was able to help you guys out. If you guys want more of a team board next time, let me know and give me a Codcaster POV so I can actually watch from that perspective and give you a bit more of an insight of spawns and all that. Try my best with War's perspective, but give me more of a team one. It'd probably be a bit better. YouTube, you guys know the drill. Drop a like, and I'll catch you guys for another one tomorrow. Peace.